That too. Well, you got your manual, right?
Yeah. So all
And
good
we are
there.
live. Hey there, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Alien Investigations. And also, well, welcome to 2026. And yeah, we're kicking off the new year with another gameplay episode of the X-Files Collectible Card Game. And I've got Skye joining us from Japan. And well, actually, for you, Skye, it's January 2nd. So happy New Year to you. Any
Thank
New
you.
Year's
Happy New Year.
resolutions you'd care to share with the audience?
Ooh, man, my big resolution was to try and eat healthier, and then New Year's Eve, of course, I ordered 2 pizzas to last a couple days, and so already out the window. 2026, baby, let's go.
Well, I guess you're also resolving to expand your horizons a little bit with the X-Files CCG. I mean, after all, we're spicing things up for this matchup. This is not a traditional game that you're going to be seeing, ladies and gentlemen, because Skye and I are going to be utilizing some augmented rules for this matchup, specifically the X-File power rules. These are some augmented rules that you can actually find in pages 43 through 45 of the Red Advanced Rules and Procedures Manual. So check that out if you're thinking about spicing up your X-Files gameplay next time. And I hope so, because I hope we can kick off this new year not just with some great X-Files CCG gameplay, but specifically it'd be nice to do some of these power rules games. In the past I've done a few of them with 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. I honestly don't know if I've played power rules with anyone besides 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. I'd have to go check in the back catalog of 100 plus episodes that we've done of gameplay, and to my knowledge, I don't recall doing game powers with anyone else. So if those of you in our community who are tuning in and flirting with the idea of playing X-File powers, give this game a watch, and then of course reach out to me if you're wanting to throw down. Nathan, Dave Meyer, David Peace, if you ever want to get back into the swing of things. Any of you who want to sling cardboard, specifically power rule style, let me know and we'll get this going. And of course, people occasionally do ask on the Facebook group from time to time, like, hey, has anyone ever tried out the power rules? I'm like, yeah, but it's been a really long time. If you go back through my catalog of edited games, you have to go all the way back to episode 4. This is the last time I've edited a game with power rules, and that was like nearly 3 years ago. Actually, it was a little over 3 years ago. So great. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a spell. But Skye, for you, though, this is your first foray with X-File powers.
Yes, sir. First time. So let's see how it goes. Got to keep track of all the powers that hopefully get unlocked.
Yeah, and so with that, when it's X-File powers, it's not just some of the gameplay mechanics that we're switching gears. It's your deck construction is also affected by this, because the very first card that you're picking out in order to do X-File powers is the X-File card, the non-playable card that is usually the last card you pick out just before the game. But this is different, right? You had to pick that one out first.
Correct, which is also to a lot of early beginner questions of people asking, "Oh, do I have to build my deck around the X file?" And I've seen a lot of people ask that, and so of course I'm sure they never made it to page 43 of the advanced rule book to see powers, but yeah, that kind of misconception works for this.
Exactly. Normally, you don't have to choose your X-File before you're building your deck. Normally, you pick your agents, you get your sites, then you start building from there. You get your conspiracy portion of your deck in there, usually about 2/3 resource cards, a third conspiracy cards, unless you're nasty and you want to go half and half on that. But in this case, yeah, the X-File card is the card you're picking out first, because you're going to build your deck around that card. Specifically, the conspiracy portion of your deck, you're going to want to build around that X-File card. You might be able to build a little bit of your resource portion around it. Not much, unless you're going for like thematic, spiritual faithfulness to the TV series. Yeah, sure, you could do that. But yeah, normally the X-File card is the last card you choose except X-File Powers just completely changes up. So anyway, for those who haven't seen it before, so what's going to happen in the course of this game? As anyone has seen it before, what happens is that when Skye and I manage to successfully investigate sites, we are then granted questions to ask our opponent about their hidden X-File card. And what happens is that if we actually are successful in identifying some of those characteristics on the X-File card, that X-File card is suddenly going to gain some added abilities that's going to allow it to further thwart the opposing player. And some of these abilities are pretty detrimental, and that's why you want to build your deck around the X-File. So each X-File card has 4 characteristics: affiliation, motive, method, and result. And within each of those, there are 5 or 6 possibilities for what those characteristics could be. And so each of those characteristics possesses a pretty dastardly ability that will be able to incorporate into the game. And usually it's recurring. Sometimes it's going to be a token effect. Sometimes it's going to be every other turn. Sometimes it's going to be whenever Skye and I feel like utilizing that effect. So it's going to get pretty crazy the closer we get to narrowing down the possibilities for our hidden X-File. But that's where it's going to get more interesting. So that's what I'm hoping to see. Sometimes we've done these power rules games and it doesn't quite work out because when we ask those questions and all we're getting is no answers, then, well, you're not really identifying the characteristics that are going to imbue the X-File with powers. So if one of us should be lucky and get a yes answer right off the bat, then things are going to get really interesting for more reasons than one. So that's the gist of it. X-File powers, baby. So again, anyone who's thinking about it, pages 43 through 45 of the Advanced Rules and Procedures Manual. It'll spell out exactly how to do that. It's very interesting. And and this is going to get a little, the Skye's holding up. So you're going to have you're going to be referring to those pages throughout the game, especially as you start realize, okay, well, now I know now my X-File can do this. And you're going to want to make sure, because sometimes some of those effects are phase specific. Sometimes you can only do them during the healing phase or something like that, depending on what it is. So yeah, be mindful of those effects. But I'll try to keep you on board too if your X-File gains powers, because I want to see those come out, because we don't see this game played very often in this format. But anyway, Skye, without further ado, go ahead.
There's another good spot where you can actually just choose to give up and reveal one of your characteristics to the opponent to unlock the power. So you can choose to do that.
Yeah, if you're feeling especially strategic and you feel like, okay, this is kind of like now or never, especially, if I got you up against the ropes, that might be a good time to do it. I mean, obviously, revealing one of the characteristics of your X-File, there's some pros and cons to that. Obviously, your opponent's going to be closer to identifying it, which is obviously not good. But at the same time, you're going to be able to implement some of those powers that may set your opponent back even more. So it's kind of a give and take. And it's something you might have to, strategize on the fly. And I have flirted with that too. I don't know if I've done that. I've maybe done that once in a game, but again, it's kind of like giving up one of the characteristics is it's a big deal, because obviously it's going to make the game go a lot faster once we start identifying characteristics. But I'm glad you read that. that. I didn't know if I was going to surprise you in the course of the game by saying, oh, by the way, my X-Files affiliation is, and then suddenly we got some rules implemented. So kudos. You did your homework, Skye. Bravo.
Sure did.
And
I mean, I'm a teacher. If I sign it, I got to do some of it.
So why don't you go ahead and reveal your agents? I see you got 4 face down agent cards on there. I'm curious to see which ones you brought for this special matchup.
These are pretty much ones I've never used except for one. So first is 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. And next is Box. Next is Phoebe Green. And last is Fox Mulder.
Very interesting. So you got 2 agents from Irresistible, and then you've got Phoebe Green from the Fire episode. So looking at those guys, they're especially strong in criminal investigation, evidence collection. Their observation is pretty hot. Oh, well, observation is good. Karen Kossoff can pay for observation cards, but she doesn't have observation skill. Behavioral. Mulder's got 3 behavioral and Kossoff's got 3 behavioral. I'm blanking on Phoebe's behavioral.
Phoebe does not have any.
And Box doesn't
He's a
either,
wild
right?
card. Yeah, Mobox neither.
Okay, but you still got 6 behavioral between Mulder and Kossoff, so you're strong in that. Your sciences is decent as well because Phoebe's got a couple of sciences. Mulder's got 1. You might be a little light on sciences. You do have 4 sciences in there? Mobox has sciences? Okay, good. I forgot if he had sciences or subterfuge. He might actually have both, actually. But yeah, that's sciences. Good. Just enough sciences there in case an unexplainable time loss or a poisonous gases should get thrown at you. Good team. And you've got 2 agents with an RP effect that can pay for cards. So that's going to cut down on some of the costs when it comes to playing for cards. You're going to be able to pay for alien investigation, occult investigation, behavioral, and observation cards. And of course, you've got Phoebe Green's one-time effect where she'll be able to move Mulder from one location on the map to another. So that's pretty good too. That means you might be doing a multi-site investigation at some point in the course of this game. Good stuff. You ready to see my team?
Yep.
All right. As you can see,
I know who one of them is.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. Usually if you see a couple of tokens here, it's kind of a dead giveaway. And we have Agent Dana Scully as our lead agent. And actually, this is the Gen Con version of Dana Scully. So the rare Gen Con iteration. All the text is the same. The image is just different from what you've seen on the Premiere and the Ultra Rare edition of that card. But otherwise, everything else still applies. And joining Dana Scully is Agent Bill Patterson and Agent Karen Kossoff. So there's a little bit of overlap there between you and I, Skye, and in our respective teams. And also we have Fred Nemhauser, who goes hand in hand with Patterson. So if they're on the same team, there'll be a little bit of a boost in Nemhauser's effect. And finally, if anyone has just not seen an episode of this of these gameplay episodes with me, Detective Manners.
Big surprise.
Faithful Detective Manners from the Jose Chung's From Outer Space episode. A bleeping good episode and a bleeping good agent. And he's got a couple of tokens there that's going to allow me to pull out some witnesses should I need them. And this is X-File powers, so it's a good possibility I might need some witnesses. The downside, though, is there are a couple of X-File powers that specifically affect witnesses. And Skye, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about this too. It's like, Skye, I know you know my strategy. I know
I do.
You know I like to bring out witnesses whenever I can. So yeah, so it's like there's a bit of a consternation there. I was like, well, anyone who's played me knows my strategy, so you may have picked your X-File depending on those powers that affect witnesses specifically. So yeah,
it's a
bit of a risk there. It's a possibility for sure, and we'll find out soon enough. Before we get this game started, anyone who's tuning in for this live matchup, of course, Happy New Year, and feel free to drop some comments in the live chat during the game. We love audience participation, don't we, Skye?
Yep, I love talking to everyone.
Absolutely. And with that, let's draw our 7, and then we'll figure out who is going to be starting off as the investigating player.
Okay.
So we got each of us have 7 cards in our hand. And okay, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. As you're assessing your cards, I'm going to get myself a couple of tokens here, and then we're going to decide which of us is going to go first, Skye. So I got 2 tokens here. If you pull the one with the red X, you're going to decide whether you want to be conspiracy player or investigating player for the first matchup. And I ask you, is it going to be right or left?
Right.
Right hand. And right hand is the conspiracy token that I use to mark damage or sinus cavity implants or whatnot. So that means I'm going to get to pick because I have the red X, and I'm going to, looking at my hand, let me take a second look, and I think I was going to do investigating player based on this hand. Yeah, I think I'll do investigating player. It's slightly better. So with that, I'll draw a free card, and we'll get this first briefing phase underway. So I've got 8 cards in my hand. And what we're going to do now for this briefing phase is assess our team's resource points. Scully generates 2, Patterson generates 2, Kosov generates 1, Nemhauser generates 1, and Manners generates nothing. And I'm going to add that 6 to my resource pool for a total of 11. And let me take another quick look here.
Oh, and can you pull your phone up a little bit? Just the conspiracy's cut off.
Yeah, let me move the mat up a little bit more so we get everything in frame there. Actually, I think I can do better. Looks good, right?
Yep, looks good.
Excellent. Okay, do I want to buy any more cards? I think I'm actually okay with what I have. I think, yeah, I'll stay at 11. And with that, we'll pass it to you. Feel free to sell any of those resource cards you just don't want for this round.
No, I'm good with what I have. I'm solid.
Interesting.
Yep.
So it's probably a good choice that you're not starting off as the investigating player, I imagine.
It's a good 50-50.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so the next phase after the briefing phase is healing, but since we're just getting this game started, no one's in the hospital section as of yet, so we don't have to worry about healing. For requisition, I did pull 1 equipment card, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now since it does have a bureau activator. So I might as well get that out there before I send them out to the field. And yeah, for the cost of 2, I'm going to requisition the knife to Karen Kosov. And that is going to add 1 to her close range combat skill.
Okay.
And with that, let's move past requisition, and we're going to go into deployment. And let's just send everyone out to the field. Yeah, Karen Kosov had to probably check her knife, through TSA. I'm sure that wasn't fun.
When you're an FBI agent, though, do you really?
Yeah, they probably get some special. They probably get a special pass, but I'm sure she probably had it like in an ankle strap or something. You know?
An ankle knife. Rambo.
Never. Well, considering some of these dastardly villains you might be throwing at, it's possible. Okay, and now that we've got our team all out in the field for case assignment, Skye, let's potentially send them to Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. That's a multi-site with the keywords behavioral and observation, motive and result. And I'm going to use Kosov's resource point to pay for that since it has the key. Well, she can pay for behavioral and observation, and this card actually has both of those on there. So that was a good inclusion given her effect. And I'm also going to play another site, Steveston, Massachusetts. That's a mono site, also behavioral. And that is a result question right there. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to use my manners token. Oh well, but I'm gonna pay for that site.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
All right.
I'll go ahead and do it now, even though I've lost a good chance to utilize two of those 2 sites to get me a bit of a boost. I'm gonna go ahead and use manners now to pull out a resource witness, one of the Kevin Morris Mafia. If you're unfamiliar with them, you can always ask Mr. David Peace about them. He's been tracking them for years and keeping track of their crimes. Where is this guy? Yeah, I got a little bit ahead of myself. I forgot my usual. I haven't played in a little bit, so I'm a little rusty, Skye. All right, but
no problem.
Better late than never. To bring out Dr. Grisham. So I've added him to my hand, but I'm going to go ahead and immediately play him for 3. and that's going to take my pool down to 4. And Dr. Grisham is going to add 1 to my pool every time a keyword evolutionary or behavioral card is played. Unfortunately, I already played 2 behavioral cards before I played him, so out of luck there. But no biggie.
Okay.
I've got 4 resource points still to work with. And Skye, let's turn it to you for some bluffs.
I'm going to put 1 bluff on, I think, is it Gibston?
Steveston, the monocyte.
That one. 10. Yep.
All right. 1 bluff there. Any on the other one?
That's all.
That's all. And with that, we'll head into case or investigation phase now. And let's go ahead and use one of Scully's tokens right now to take a look at that bluff.
Okay, this one is laser barrier.
Okay. We got a laser barrier occupying that one. So I think that's actually going to prevent me from divvying them up at 2 sites. Because if I only send a couple there, that card's going to stop things. So, all right, so I think we're going to postpone our investigation to Steveston for the time being. And let me just grab a random card to put on that one to mark it as a bluff, and we'll come back to Steveston another time. And we'll send everyone to the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. So heck, they didn't have to go far from the FBI headquarters. And this one's got a behavioral or observation prerequisite of 5+. Let's go ahead and apply the team's behavioral skills since they're literally swimming in behavioral. And Scully's got 1, Patterson's got 3, Karen Kosov's got 3, Nemhauser's got 1, but because he's on the same team as Patterson, he's getting a +1 in that. And I mean, that's a lot of behavioral there, Skye. So 9 behavioral amongst them. It's a lot. That's a lot that you're gonna have to chip away at, my friend. Actually, I get to play card first since that's how we roll here. I'm gonna play reading the signs for 0, and that is played on a team in the field. If the team makes an occult investigation 4 skill check, they may take 2 conspiracy points from their opponent's conspiracy pool and add them to their resource pool. And Scully's got 1 occult investigation, Patterson's got 1, and Karen Kosov has 2 for a total of 4. And unless you got a card to negate that,
nope. You could take 2.
All right. I'll take 2 more resource points into my pool, bringing it up to 6. And you've got still 3 left. You can still work with that. So I'll turn it to you now. Do you have any cards you want to play?
Nope, nothing to play.
No cards to play. All right. Well, that was an easy first round. And on the downside, though, if I get a yes answer, that means your X-File is going to get a power. So really, I kind of don't want to get it right. Usually I want to get it right, but now I want to get it wrong. So I can ask either a motive or a result question for this first one. And do I want to go with the low-hanging fruit? I mean, the one thing is I feel like death is maybe the least innocuous.
That's the one everyone asks, so maybe I picked.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit, and I know the effect for that one. Should it be yes? It's not the worst X-File power, so I think I'll just go and do that.
It's the fastest to unlock.
Yeah. All right, so by any chance, Skye, is your X-Files result death?
My result is not death.
Okay. Well, that's the answer I was hoping for. So I've got you down to 28 possibilities, and we'll send our X-File to the trash bin. I'm going to forego asking an identity question at this point. So, of course, the upside to you getting a penalty question, getting it right, means my X-File will get powers. But we don't want to do that right. It's the first round. Let's have some fun here. Okay, so that's all I got to do on my end. What about you? Do you need to play any cards before you head into debriefing? Cool.
All good.
I'm sitting on 4 cards as we enter debriefing, so I'm going to keep all of them at this point. Let's pass it over to you, unless you have any cards you want to part ways with.
Nope.
All right.
Nope,
with that,
all good.
With that, we'll pass it over to you, my friend. Draw your free card.
Okay. I'll draw one. And I'll generate 3. 1, 2, 3. Mulders to buy 2.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're still here, I'll play Friend in the FBI.
Good call.
And let's get our token there. Okay, and I'll pass to you to sell and buy.
Sounds good. And I'm going to part ways with a couple of witnesses, Warden Leo Brodeur for 3 and Dr. Bambi Barenbaum for 3. And that's a total of 6. And that's going to take my pool up to 11. And I think, Skye, I'm going to buy 4 cards.
Okay.
Leaving me 7 in the bank. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Nothing to heal, nothing for requisition. Give me just a second to check for deployment. Let's see. All right, we'll send everyone to the field. And I will use 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's token to pay for an occult investigation card for Los Angeles.
Nice. Evidence collection and occult investigation, am I right?
Correct. And affiliation or motive.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Do I want to do... I think we'll do 1 bluff on that site.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and investigate. I'll be going for evidence collection 5+. Mulder has 2. Phoebe has 2. 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 has 2, so that's 6. And 7 with Karen Kosef. Let's see your bluff.
And that bluff is the conundrum. And I'm going to pay 2 for that one to negate 1 keyword evidence collection card.
Okay. Well, that will go away.
Oh, no Langley for that one. Whew.
No Langley there.
I was so sure Langley was going to just turn his head and be like, ha, no, sorry, conundrum, this ain't happening. But awesome. Okay, well, that was an easy one. Okay, cool. Yep. You got any other cards you want to play before we head out of this one?
Nope, nothing to discard either.
Okay, but before we head into debriefing, I'm going to play Rejuvenating Caves for 2, and that's going to take my conspiracy pool down to 3. And just like what you did with Friend in the FBI earlier, I'm going to place 10 tokens on the card, and then starting on my next turn as the investigating player, or starting on my next turn as the conspiracy player, I'll be able to take up to 2 tokens from that card and add them to my conspiracy pool because they'll become resource points. They'll become conspiracy points at that point. So now that's out of the way, Skye, let's head into debriefing. And I've got 4 cards left, so keeping them all. What about you?
Yep, I'm keeping everything.
Sounds good. And with that, we'll pass it back to me. I'll get myself a free card, and we'll get ourselves a new round. And so now, Skye, we are going to once again get 6 resource points from my team because they're all healthy and out in the field. So that's going to take my pool up to 12. And
I don't think that's enough.
yeah, no, I don't know either. I mean, I really do want to buy a lot of cards too. So let's say, let's go with 5 cards. Yeah, we'll do 5 cards, leaving me with 7 in the bank. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Over to you.
Okay, and I'm gonna sell 2 cards. I'm gonna sell X for 3 and Max Fennig for 3. Takes me to 9, and I'll buy 1 card.
Okay. And before we exit briefing phase, I'm going to go ahead and play Hard Evidence, which is one of the 5 cards I just pulled for 2. And Hard Evidence is going to add 5 tokens to my resource pool, which is going to take it up to 10. Nice. And we'll skip past healing and we'll skip past requisition. And for deployment, we'll keep them all out in the field. And for case assignment, we still have the Steveston card from earlier that I didn't investigate because it had a dastardly laser barrier affixed to that one. But I also am going to play Mostow's Studio, Washington, D.C., and that one's actually from the Grotesque episode from which Patterson and Nemhauser hail. So this might be a very thematically fitting investigation potentially. So I'm going to use Kosov's resource point to pay for part of that, and I'm going to deduct 1 from my resource pool to pay for the other half. However, because it does have the keyword behavioral on it, I'm going to generate 1 right back to my pool courtesy of Dr. Grisham. And now, you got any bluffs for me?
Yeah, sorry. So you had all that stuff going on. You have a new site. I'll put 1 bluff on the new site.
1 bluff on each site at this point. So the question is, where do I want to send them? Do I want to go to Steveston for a meth, or do I want to go to Steveston for another result question, or do I want to go to Mostow Studio for a method question? So do I want to do a method or result pending a successful investigation? I know those other results get a little dastardly. That's the only thing, though. I'll have to decide which of those very dastardly results I want to. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think I'll tempt fate, and we'll send them to Steveston. And so we'll set aside Moscow Studio for the time being, and we'll be once again applying our behavioral skills to it, for which I have a staggering 9 behavioral amongst my team here.
Okay.
I probably should.
And
I was going to say I should take a look at that bluff, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's still laser barrier last I checked.
Yep, still there.
Yep. All right. So, I mean, yeah, you can chip away a little bit at my behavioral skill check if you want, or you got some other plans for how you want to use that.
Yeah, so I'll pay 1 for the laser barrier, and I believe, is it Patterson who has the most?
Patterson and Kosov both have 3, so take your pick.
We'll get rid of what's Patterson's close range and long range?
Well, the thing with laser barrier is that you can only prevent him from applying his skills to 1 skill check. So it can be the behavioral one, and that's it. He can still apply his close range and all that stuff. It's just 1 skill check that he won't be able to apply.
Right. No, I'm just curious.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 long range and 3 close range, and Kosov has the knife though, so she's got a boost in her close range.
Okay. Yep. So then I'll do it for Patterson.
Okay. So Patterson cannot apply his behavioral skills to this site. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So now it's
at that point,
6.
I do lose the boost in Nemhauser's because let's see. Agent Nemhauser's behavioral and criminal skills are increased by 1 if he and Patterson are on the same team. I guess they're still on the same team. Patterson's just not allowed to apply his behavioral. So I'm not sure if he still... I think that they're still in the same site, so I think that still constitutes them being on the same team. So I guess I still get the plus behavioral to his. So that leaves me with 1 with Scully, 3 from 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, 2 from 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. So I got 6 at this point.
Okay. Yep. And then Manners has nothing, right?
Right. No behavioral. Yep.
Okay. Then let's go ahead. I'll pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Joseph Patnick.
Ooh, not Joseph Patnick.
Not Joseph Patnick.
Not Joseph Patnick. Oh,
yeah,
God,
so
not Joseph
skips
Patnick.
the long range. And the close range is 4. Subtract 1 from all damage.
Yeah, okay. Let's... Okay, well...
And so I'll target
yeah, let me just
Karen first.
Let me take a bead here and just assess. Yeah, I cannot... Scully's got the Gen Con font on here, so I cannot actually read what hers... I think she's got 2. Patterson has 3. 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's got 1 still because of the knife.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 4 health.
Yeah, he has 4.
Okay, so I'm gonna
you'll take him out.
Yeah, I'll take him out, but you're also gonna get 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 in the process, though.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was a good call. Okay, so we are going to send 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 to the hospital with 3 damage tokens, and Patnick did his job. This is a good thing she had that knife, because she didn't have that knife, then we would have been doing another round of close range, and you would have taken out 2 agents potentially. Okay, all right. Well, this is not looking good here. So at this point, I've got 1 behavioral from Scully and the 2 from 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get my hands on a witness here to help me out of this jam. So I'm gonna use my second Manners token, and I'm gonna go and pick out another witness, because I got to have someone in here who can lend some behavioral to this. Yeah, need to find a behavioral witness. Okay. All right. Well, as you know, I like to stack the deck with witnesses, so I didn't have to actually look very far to get me Dr. Diamond. And for the cost of 3, Dr. Diamond is going to add 1 to the agent's behavioral skill check once during your turn. So he's actually going to be affixed to one of my agents like an equipment card. He's got a resource keyword on him. And I'll go ahead and attach him to Manners now, and that will give Manners that 1 to behavioral that he needs. Okay. So
4 is the prerequisite.
So I'm currently looking good right now. I've got 4 behavioral now, thanks to Dr. Diamond. So now the question is, do you have any other cards you want to play with your remaining 3 conspiracy points?
I do not.
Whew. All right. Well, I lost an agent in the process, but hey, I gained a witness resource. So that's cool. All right. And so my behavioral is still relatively decent. All right. So Skye, I get a second crack at your X-Files result. So now I got to be even more careful because I've already knocked out death. I've looked at a lot of these, obviously, as I was deciding what my X-File was going to be, and really none of these other results are desirable. So, oh boy. By any chance, is your X-Files result insanity?
It is not insanity.
All right, but the downside is there's not many insanity results, so that only shaved off 6. So I was trying to go. I was debating which is the least harmful one in there. But hey, still 6 down. I still got 22 to go. So we still got lots of games left to play.
Yep.
So let's head into debriefing. I'm sitting on exactly 7 cards. What about you?
Yep, I'm good. I got 4.
Awesome. Back to you, my friend.
Cool. I'll take my 1. Generate resources. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because 2 from friend in the FBI.
Mhm.
Takes that to 6. I'll use Mulder's to buy 2 cards. Oh, baby. Okay. And I shall pass to you to sell and buy.
Sounds good. And I'm going to part ways with 3 cards. First one is evasive maneuvers for 4. Next one is no one so paranoid for 5. And thirdly, the Glock 19 semi-automatic pistol for 4. That's a total of 13. I'm taking
Okay.
it to 6. And that doesn't leave a lot left in my hand. I've got 4 cards. Kind of good, but I need more. So let's do let's do 5 cards. And I'll have
Okay.
11 left over to spend. Back to you.
Alrighty, give me just a second. Just thinking of the next move. Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
I was hoping to have my new co-host present for the beginning of this, but she was having dinner right when we were getting started. She wasn't done,
Oh,
but
okay.
we went live.
Okay.
She's a great co-host.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it yet. Haven't had a chance. Let's see. Mm, I'm just gonna rearrange my team a little bit, telegraph a little bit of what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Agents Mulder and Scully have never played World of Warcraft before until now.
When did Warcraft come out? Because they might have played the PC original versions up to Warcraft 3.
Yeah, I have Warcraft 2, and that came out in here's the disc for World of Warcraft 2. Came
That was
out
a
in
quick poll.
came out in
Jesus Christ.
1995. I
Okay.
believe World of Warcraft, the original one, obviously came out before that, but I want to say 92 or 93.
Oh man, they were huge gamers. As soon as Scully logged off from typing her notes in that first season, she was boom on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, right around the time the X-Files debuted, World of Warcraft debuted.
Interesting. Connection? Probably not. All right.
Probably not. But that playmat is a bit sus now that I think about it.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna go ahead, skip healing, requisition, deployment. Everyone's gonna stay. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna move my other bluff here. Uh, First I'll use Mhm. I'll use box is token to pay for Arlington, Virginia.
Cult
It's a cult
investigation.
investigation 4+ and affiliation.
Oh, interesting.
And for 1, I'll use Mulder's token to pay for Excelsis Day Convalescent Home. It's occult investigation 5 or criminal investigation 5 for motive or method. And if it's motive is security, it's 4+.
Sounds good. I'm going to put 1 bluff on each site. So
Okie doke.
this bluff here is going to go on Excelsius Day.
Okay.
And this bluff here is going to go on Arlington.
Okay. Yep, let's go ahead and I'll send Phoebe Green and Box to Excelsis Day and Arlington for Kosef and Mulder.
Sounds good. And where do you want to start?
Let's start with Arlington.
That would make sense because you want to get Mulder over to the other one.
Exactly. If he can survive this site.
Big if on that, yeah.
Yeah. So
I assume you've got enough cult there.
4. Yeah, I currently have 5.
Good deal. And that bluff is the mailman. All right. Pretty innocuous, generally speaking. You're not going to be losing much except for a token. And I'll be taking 3 from my conspiracy pool to pay for the mailman. 3 because it was face down, so I get that -1 modifier to it. So Kosef's resource point doesn't count as a token. Your Mulder still has, what, 1 or 2 left, right?
Yeah, he has 2 left.
And does Phoebe Green have a token on her?
Yeah, she does.
She does, doesn't she? Oh gosh, I guess it would make sense to take that token, but I don't want to deprive you of using Phoebe Green. You rolled her out just for that. Much as it would be strategically sound to steal the Phoebe Green token, which would be so fitting because that's what you're about to do, I really don't want to deprive you of that. We don't see Phoebe often enough. So I'm going to take 1 of your Mulder tokens. And so you've got 1 Mulder token left to go. And I'm going to give that one to Detective Manners so I can pull forth another witness if I need it. I could potentially give it to Scully, but you know what? I need more Manners witnesses just in case, because I don't have a street contacts in my hand as of yet, and I usually put 2 street contacts in there as well. So, all right. So the mailman did his job. Now, the other thing, Skye, is
adversary.
Adversary, yes, because it's an affiliation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that means the walk is going to get to walk on over to Arlington, Virginia, for the cost of 5, and that's going to leave me with 3 in the pool. So I may not be able to do much to stop your other investigation. But the walk, yes, has an affiliation site activator, which is met by Arlington. It's an evolutionary phenomena keyword card. So Dr. Blockhead's not going to be able to get you out of this one if you happen to have him in your hand. And neither is evasive maneuvers. So we're going to subtract 1 from all damage sources applied to this adversary. He doesn't have any long range, so you are going to get first crack at him, though. But obviously, -1 to that.
So long range total is 3, so 2 damage.
-1 to all damage sources applied to it. So Mulder has.
Only 1 then. Sorry.
Yeah, Mulder has 2 long range. I thought he had 3.
No, he has 2.
Oh, he's got 3 close range, right?
Yeah.
That's
no,
it.
2 close range. 2 close range. Sorry.
Oh, he's 2 and 2. Okay, I don't know why I thought he had 3 and something. Okay. Oh no, that's Scully. Scully's got the 3. Okay, so yeah, you're only going to hit him with what, 1, it sounds like then. So
Yep.
we're going to take his health down from 4 to 3, and now we're going to head into close range combat. And at this point, again, still -1 to each of your guys, and he's going to be able to inflict 4 close range on your team, which is going to be enough to send 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 to the hospital.
Okay. So is the walk affecting everyone or just one agent?
Subtract 1 from all damage sources applied to this adversary.
No, I mean, who are
Or
you
you
attacking?
Oh, yeah, I'm attacking 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 for
Are
this
you?
first round of close range.
Oh, for the first round of close range. Okay.
Yeah, and then we keep circling back to close range until either the walk is defeated or if Mulder's still standing, whichever happens first. I think it might
Okay.
be, and actually, so you Mulder hit the walk a second time, so its health goes down from 3 to 2 now, and now we head into close range again, and he's going to hit Mulder with 4, but Mulder has a health of 5, so Mulder's still sitting on some health at that point, just a sliver, and he's going to hit the walk a third time, and that's going to take its health down to just 1. So yeah, these guys are going to wind up canceling each other out at this point, and so the walk gets 0 health on this third and final close range round, and Mulder also gets carted off to the hospital as well. So that was
Okay.
a brutal. Let's just say, Skye, that wasn't a walk in the park. Haha. Dad jokes. I mean, come on. I got them all night long here. Okay, but all is not lost because you still got that other site going on over at Excelsius Day. Though the question is, you're going to be able to pull enough occult or evidence collection out of that in order to make it work, though.
It's a criminal investigation of 5.
Criminal, not occult. Oh, criminal,
And
not
for,
evidence. And actually, you do have enough.
yeah, I do have enough.
You do have
So
enough.
for criminal, I have 6.
Cool. And the bluff is Detective Thompson. And I'm going to pay
Okay.
2 for that to change your prerequisite to bureaucracy 3. I know Box has a bureaucracy. I don't think Green has any, though.
Nope, just 1.
The question is,
So
do you
that
have
one,
a Langley?
nope,
No Langley? Whew.
nope.
Every time I feel like I play a key bluff, I feel like that's when Langley's gonna come out of nowhere and be like, nope. Okay. All right.
Nope.
Let's head into debriefing now. And I'm sitting on 6 cards. What about you?
I'm sitting on 5, but I'm gonna pay 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to play Deep Throat.
Oh, nice. Can't stop that one. Fire away with the question.
Then let's see. Is your affiliation evolutionary?
My X-Files affiliation is evolutionary. Well done on that. So guess what? That means we have our first X-File power implemented.
Ooh.
And I'm just going to double check the manual to make sure I'm articulating this correctly. Because Skye has identified my X-Files affiliation as evolutionary, that means evolutionary adversaries may be played on any site. That means activator requirements no longer apply. This is about to get more interesting, Skye. And I don't know if you've
more
noticed,
hospital visits.
Yeah, so you've only seen one adversary at this point, and that was the walk, and that was an evolutionary adversary. But because X-File powers and all that, I made sure to put only evolutionary adversaries in this deck, and that's why. That's why you pick your X-File first. So I picked an evolutionary X-File, and that means only evolutionary adversaries are in this deck. So beware, my friend. Because there's some nasty evolutionary ones in there. Oh, man, this is about to get good. The downside, though, is you've got my X-File down to 9. So you're currently winning at this point. I've got you down to 22. So we got a long way to go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not over.
It's not over yet, but right now it's looking pretty good for you. I'm gonna take 2 tokens off of rejuvenating caves and add them to my conspiracy pool, which is gonna take it up to 3, so I get to recoup some of those expenses from playing the walk. Now we're gonna head into debriefing. I'm gonna hold on to my 6 remaining cards, and I assume you're gonna keep all of yours, right?
Yeah, isn't rejuvenating only during the briefing phase?
No, that's friend in the FBI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, rejuvenating it's anytime. So yeah, no
Oh, okay.
benefit. Yeah, from anytime during the phase you can play, or the phase, anytime during the game you can play that.
Okay.
Well, when you're the conspiracy player, not any time during the game, just while you're the conspiracy player, that is. Anyway,
Okay.
it's back to me now, right?
Yep. All good.
Sounds good. Free card, new round. And we'll get, well, I'll give Kosov's got a resource point back, but she's in the hospital for 3 turns, borrowing a healing card. So, gonna have to make do without Kosov for a little while. And let's see. Well, as far as res goes, I'm only going to be generating 5 now because she's in the hospital. So that's going to take my resource pool up to 12. And let's say, oh, I need a healing card so bad. Let's do 4 cards. That'll leave me with 8. Come on, give me something good. Well, not a healing card in there. Wheels. No sight either, so I'm gonna have to go. Well, I'm gonna have to go to Moscow studio now. Okay, sell away.
Okay, I'm gonna sell Los Angeles for 1.
Okay.
And Lottie Holloway for 3.
Okay.
Takes me to 7, and I'll buy 2 cards.
And now we'll head into healing, and I'm gonna remove 1 damage token from. Oh, these aren't damage tokens. These are. Yep, I'm gonna remove 1 damage token from Kosov, but she's still got 2 damage tokens on her, so she's not going anywhere. Let's. For requisition, that equipment card is only bureau activator, so that's not going to work. We'll skip requisition then. And for deployment, we'll just keep everyone out in the field. And for case assignment, we'll... Yeah, I got no... Oh, wait. No, I don't. That's... I'll just... Yeah, we'll keep Mostow's... Keep Mostow's studio on there. And... Sorry, my daughter was like walking by the door. I thought she was going to come in. Anyway, so we've got Moscow Studio with a bluff on it at this point. And, well, it's still a method. Still a method behavioral site. Did you want to stack any more bluffs on top of that? You do get that option.
Nope.
No bluffs? Okay, so we
No
just have
bluffs?
the 1. I guess, actually, I don't know what this one is. So I'm going to use Scully's token now to take a look at it and before I decide to send my team there.
Okay. This one is deceiving the flock.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible. Okay, I can live with that. And let's send everyone to the site. We'll apply our behavioral skills to it, for which Scully has 1, Patterson has 3, Nemhauser has 2 because he's on the team with Patterson, and Dr. Diamond also is adding 1 to manners behavioral once per turn. So I ask you, what do you got?
Well, so just deceiving the flock for free.
Okay, and I think I don't have a Langley necessarily, but do I really want to sacrifice what I've got in my hand?
Sacrifice.
I don't know if I want to do... Yeah, I was debating whether or not. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this because I don't usually play this card. I'm gonna play
Okay.
Calling Us More Often for 2, and that's one of the Voyager promo cards. You were in the tournament, right? So you must have recently acquired one, right?
I got second place.
Nice. So you have
Big
this
champ.
card now, right? Do you remember what it does?
Yep. Nope, not at all.
All right, so I'm going to play this card to search through my bureau deck, and I'm going to add one of the following cards to my hand. No One So Paranoid, The Lone Gunman, Langley, 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, or Buyers. If you play the chosen card immediately, you may do so for half cost round up. So,
Okay.
I
This is a
mean,
long walk. You're still walking.
what's that?
This is a long walk. You're still walking from your last adversary, getting to Langley or something. 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
Yeah, yeah, it's taken a while for Langley to come up, but I did sell that No One So Paranoid early on.
Mm-hmm.
So that, yeah, that would be good to play now because it would be like half cost, but nope. So I gotta go fish one of my 2 Langleys out of here. Man, he's like buried. Yeah, he's really buried in here. There he is. Okay, here's Langley, and I only have to pay 1 for him to negate that card because I'm like, I really do like the cards in my hand, and even the ones I don't, I want to sell them for conspiracy fodder for my next turn, and I really need to get some conspiracy points because 3 isn't much, you know. So anyway,
I'm not
Langley,
working with a lot.
yeah. But anyway, Langley came out of the woodwork there, courtesy of Calling Us More Often. So we got that resolved. So what else do you have?
I got my next big play. I'm gonna pay for a video trap.
Oh, okay.
I bet you were scared there.
Better late than never. I mean, yeah, it's a good card to
Exactly.
get fairly early on in
And
the
that's
game.
all.
So yeah. All right.
Yep.
Well, plus side, I got another question. Of course, I don't want it to be a yes question. So method is pretty. None of the methods are. Hmm.
Yeah, you still have a few methods to go. You still have 4 different options.
Yeah. No, I results. So I have
Oh,
5
for
to really.
result.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like that one. I'm going for which one I would hate. I'm just ruling out all the ones I would really hate to be. Ooh, that would be horrible. Well, that wouldn't be good. Ooh, man, these are rough. Skye, by any chance, is your X-Files method manipulation?
My method is not manipulation.
Never so happy to be wrong. But manipulation shaves off only 5, so I've only got you down to 17. You're still way ahead of me with only 9 possibilities remaining, so still anyone's game right now. And with
Yep.
that, we'll send all my site to the trash bin, and let's head into debriefing. Unless you got anything you need to do.
Nope, nothing from me.
Alrighty, and I need to get rid of 1 card because I've got 1 card too many. Really like all these cards, which is why I didn't want to let the Deceiving to Flock have its way with me. I guess I'll get rid of Dissection.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna pick.
Yeah, who would have known? Yeah, watch it. Like if we were to see the other timeline, that would have been the one Deceiving the Flock would have knocked out anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, if I thought about how many cards I had at that point, I might have just said, you got to lose 1 either way. All right, well, back to you, my friend.
Cool. So I'll start my turn. I'll draw my free card. And I'll generate my mini resources of 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 from friend in the FBI. Watch out, high roller. And I'll replace Mo Box's token. I am gonna buy. Let's see. 5 cards.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3,
And we
4,
have
5.
Nathan from the Chasing the Dragon channel joining us for this evening. Happy
Oh,
New Year, Nathan, and thanks so much for tuning
Nathan,
in.
Happy New Year.
Nathan, as you know, we're playing X-File Powers. I know you're kind of flirting with the idea of doing X-File Powers. I don't think you've done it before, so yeah. If you've missed up to this point, Skye has identified my X-Files affiliation, which now means my X-File now has the ability to play evolutionary adversaries at any site. No more will they be held back by activator requirements. Dun, dun, dun.
No, sir. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll pass to you to sell and buy.
Sounds good. I'm going to part ways with 2 cards, the 2 Lux video camera for 5, and witness Dr. Alexander Ivanov for 3. That's a total of 8. They'll give me 11. And I don't have much right now, so let's go with... Let's get 5 cards. That'll leave me with 6 to work with in here.
Okay.
Nice. Now we're cooking. Over to you, good sir.
All right. For healing, I finally have something to heal. So Mulder heals 2, right?
Yep. And
Okay.
Kassav heals 1, yep.
Yep. But Mulder needs to have 4 or more to get out, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so this is going to be a Phoebe Green Mobox sort of investigation.
The unlikely team.
Very unlikely team, yeah.
Let's go ahead. While we may still have something to do, I'm going to pay 2 to play not on the menu.
Okay. Get a couple of new cards. Nice.
Draw 2. Keep it going here. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's safe.
Yeah. And Skye is complimenting your play mat, which, wow, we were just, before you were on earlier, we were talking about when did classic World of War, or, well, when you say classic, wow, so you were playing like the first version of WoW, which was like level 60 or something, with no expansions applied. Is that what you mean? Or are you talking
or
about
the
just
classic for trading card game?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I didn't know. Yeah, that I wasn't even thinking of the card game. I was thinking of the computer game. But yeah, illuminate us on that. Interesting. Sorry,
Yeah.
Skye. You continue.
No, no problem. No problem. I'm seeing what my next move is. It's okay. All right. If I can do anything. All right. For requisition, nothing there. Deployment, keep them in the field. Case assignment, I'll pay 2 for Olympic National Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, WoW Classic for PC, Rogue build. Okay, Rogue. I used to play Rogue in WoW.
Yeah, I did too.
Let's see. So that's evidence collection 4 plus. I currently have 4.
And I currently have 1. One and
I think I was also
2.
a hunter in WoW. 2 bluffs?
There are hunters. Yep. I only ever played Rogue, so that was yeah, I didn't get too familiar with the other character types on there because I was just a human rogue for the bulk of my WoW days.
Okay.
Everything else says
You
he has some
know,
of the WoW game cards as well. Nice. I've never played it. Huh, interesting. Anyway, yeah, 2 bluffs on that site. What's it going to be?
yeah, let's go ahead. We'll just investigate it. So I have 4. Prerequisite is 4. Let's go for broke.
And let's go for broke. And the first bluff is Nasty Surprise. Play to add 5 tokens to your pool. Cost is 2 face down, so I get 3 more to take it up to 9.
Okay.
And the second bluff is Injured Relative. So I guess I'll pay the 4 for it to take it down to 5. Hopefully you don't have a Langley.
What does that do?
It's going to send one of your agents to the hospital undamaged.
Oh, okay.
So
no, that's
worst
fine.
case, Phoebe will bring worst case, Phoebe will bring Mulder some flowers while he's in recovery.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so she will go to the hospital. Site will be discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 cards in hand, so I have to discard 2. I'll discard Video Trap
And I'll
and
discard
Central
go ahead.
Prison.
Central Prison. And I'll discard the Host Attacks killer card. It's evolutionary. I thought about playing it, but yeah, I was like, well, I got the Injured Relative. Figured I'd let that play out first. Okay. And so now I've got, because I played all that, I've got 7 cards remaining, so I'm good. What about you?
Yep, I got 7. I'm good.
All right. And it's back to me then. Free card.
And same for me.
So with my Karen Kosov still in the hospital, I'm only going to generate 5. So that'll take me up to 10. And decent hand, but I think I'll just add 4 cards to that, leaving me with 6 in the pool. And over to you.
Okay. So now you have 6 resources.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna sell the shotgun for 6.
Okay.
And Newark, New Jersey for 2. And I will not buy any cards.
All right. And so for healing, we'll heal 1 more from Kosov, but she's still stuck in the hospital for another turn. And for requisition, I did pull a 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, and I'm also tempted to play 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 because I've got Scully out in the field, and it's her dog, and that's only going to leave me with a couple of resource points, though. That's the downside. But what the heck? It's fun. It's always fun when 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 comes up. So I'm going to pay the 4 to requisition 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 to Scully, and 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 is going to be able to negate 1 primordial or evolutionary adversary.
Okay.
And the only downside, though, is you probably have only government adversaries in your deck, because if the Joseph Patnick is to be believed. Nevertheless, 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 is out on the mat nonetheless. So
Okay.
I don't know if he's I can't tell you if he would be a potential PSA 10. Probably not, because he's been played in many a games. All right, so Skye, I think it's now time to head into case assignment. Or no, well,
Yep.
for deployment, sorry. For deployment, everyone is going to stay out in the field. And yeah, for case assignment, we are going to potentially be sending them to Folkestone, North Carolina. That's a multi-site, behavioral and bureaucracy. affiliation and motive. That's going to cost me 1. However, because it does have the keyword bureaucracy, Dr. Grisham is going to generate 1 to put it right back in my pool. So I still got 2 in there.
Is it only one site?
That's the only site. Yeah, it's all I can afford really right now.
We are double bluffing.
2 bluffs. Oh, crud. And I only have 1 Scully token. Well, I don't know.
Let's see the order, too. Okay.
This isn't looking... I don't think I'm going to... Yeah, I can only look at 1 of those.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, I think I am. So I don't know if I'm going to... I don't think I'm going to send them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay my last 2 to play Warning from the Loa. And I'm going to force you to reveal any adversary cards in your hand.
Oh, okay. For adversaries, they're both evolutionary. So
Okay,
Sandman
what are they?
and the Walk.
All right, affiliation and result. Okay,
Yep.
Good Lord, you would have... yeah. All right, so you're going to discard 1 of them at random.
Okay. Just tell me when to stop shuffling, and you can tell me which card.
Okay, just whatever the top one is now.
Left or right?
We'll go with right.
Right is the Sandman.
All right, that's the result one. So you also have the walk, and that's the affiliation one. So I got to keep that in mind. So I'm gonna forego my investigation because I don't have any resource points left to stop you. And so yeah, we'll let's go straight to debriefing then. And I got
I gotta get rid of... I have 3 cards.
Okay, and I need to get rid of 1. Once again, I hate to do this, but
I guess that should be over here.
How about take cover? Combat card. Oh, I forgot I had 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. That was evolutionary. But still, there were 2 bluffs on that. I just...
Exactly, yeah.
I need to wait for my other Langley or something to come up before, or another No One So Paranoid before I feel like going into that. All right.
I still have 2 cards I would like to play.
Oh, yeah, sure. Play them away before we exit this turn. Go for it.
3, 4, 5.
You want to do your rejuvenating caves?
Captive hybrid.
Crud. Okay.
So subtract 2. And then for 2, rejuvenating caves.
There it is. Rejuvenating caves.
Let's put 10.
What are the keywords on captive hybrid, by the way?
Captive is government, artifact, event, resource.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay, now I have 1 card left.
Sounds good. And it is back to you.
Perfect. I'll go ahead, draw my card.
Draw that free card, sir.
And generate my 1 resource. Plus 2 from friend in the FBI. Lots to manage here. Let's see. Sadly, Mobox can't really go solo. But I'll buy 3 cards and pass to you to sell and buy.
Sounds good. And what do I want to part ways with here? Hell Money for 4. I was waiting to see if it had a phenomena keyword. I'm like, I might want to save my Hell Money in case I use that to get rid of that pesky captive hybrid. But anyway, that's going to be pitched, as well as Mrs. Mulder for 5, and that's going to take my conspiracy pool up to 14. And let's see. 5 cards. What do I want to add to that? Should we do... Let's do 4 cards. Keep it at an even 10.
Okay.
Over to you.
I got on a very
Hang
lucky
on.
draw. Okay.
Before we go further, I pulled a blue plate, and I think I'll just go ahead and play this now. Before we, I want to do that before we exit briefing, just in case it's important enough that it can only be played during briefing. And well, no, it's not, but it's unexplainable time loss. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to take 2 tokens from Rejuvenating Caves, put them in my conspiracy pool. I've got 6 Rejuvenating Caves tokens, and you need me to tell you what unexplainable time loss does?
No, blue plate.
Oh, blue plate means that if the card that I pulled matches the turn I'm in, as in right now I'm the conspiracy player,
okay.
the conspiracy card, it's free.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're going to have enough sciences because you're about to get Mulder and Phoebe out of their hospital, so that might not actually work then.
And if you don't use it, do you have to discard it?
Yep.
Or is it just free? Okay.
It's free, so I have to play it this turn. Otherwise, I discard it at the end. But yeah, I guess if you're going to have all your guys, I may not be able to play it unless I can do something about that sciences skill check you're able to do.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see.
So then, as I was saying, I got a lucky draw. So first, Mulder will recover his 2 health. And 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 will have 1. And I'll play first aid to heal 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬.
That's a combat card.
Only during combat?
Only during combat, yep.
Oh, okay. So I'll save that one then. But I'll bring back Mulder. And Phoebe Green to the field. And then, no. Actually, if it's only sciences, that just ends my turn, right?
Well, Mulder can come out of the hospital, right? Well, I haven't
keep him there because if you're just gonna shut it down, I'll keep him there to heal it.
If you can do a sciences 4 skill check, which you can if Mulder is with them,
right? But I don't necessarily have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thinking of just waiting till 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's back.
Yeah. I'll do that. And I will end my turn.
All right. And then that means unexplainable time loss goes bye-bye. And what else is going bye-bye here? So many good adversaries. We'll get rid of 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬. And you have to get rid of... Oh, actually, this is... well, no, I'm not... So you ended your turn, so I didn't do unexplainable time loss. Whatever. I was going to say I should just play it anyway, and that way I wouldn't have to discard, but whatever. I'll just discard it.
It doesn't matter.
You're not investigating a site, so what? Yeah, it really doesn't matter. All right, so I'm down to 7. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm down to 5.
Okay, and we're back to me. Free card.
Yep.
And
same, I'll take free.
I'm gonna be able to get 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 out of the hospital. Yippee! All right, so once again, we're gonna generate 5 resource points.
Subtract 2.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna play 𝐗-𝐼𝐥e𝐬 for. Well, wait, no, wait, I have to. No. All right, so I can only generate 3 resource points. And then I guess if I play 𝐗-𝐼𝐥e𝐬 for 3, that's it for me then. Yeah. I'll do that. And I'll probably have to just lose this turn too, because I don't want to have that captive hybrid hanging over me the rest of the game. So this is going to be bouncing right back to you then.
So 𝐗-𝐼𝐥e𝐬 can just take it away?
Yep. He can negate an event card.
That's already existing, not played this turn?
played on your team, yeah, and that card was played against, yeah, I would say that works.
Because it was played against you the last turn, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those like gray areas, but I think we generally accepted that it can do that.
Okay.
But on the downside is I have no resource points left to do anything, so I'm going to just basically just go into healing. Oh no, you can sell before I go to healing. You can sell.
Yep. So I'm gonna sell. Let's go ahead. I'll sell Coastal Northwest Oregon for 2, and Strikers Cove for 2,
Mhm.
and that's all. I will buy 2 cards. Okay.
And for healing, I'm going to take the last damage point off of 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, and she's good to exit the hospital. We're going to skip requisition, and for deployment, 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 rejoins the team out in the field. And for case assignment, she can use her token to pay for a site. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and just get that out of the way. For case assignment, we'll play New York City, New York, and I'm going to use 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬's resource point to pay for it because it has the keyword behavioral. Medical and
Okay.
behavioral, affiliation and result. And I know you got the walk in your hand so for affiliation, so I have to be wary of. And there's also Folkestone, North Carolina, still sitting with, I think, 2 bluffs on it, right?
Sorry, yep, so that one has 2. But what's the new one? Sorry, what was the new one's
Affiliation and
keywords?
result. Behavioral and medical. Oh, and Dr. Grisham generates 1 because it's behavioral.
Okay. Okay. I shall play my blue plate special.
Oh gosh,
So
don't let
draw
it be a
a card.
conspiracy card.
It is a site.
Ah, too bad, so sad.
So, yep. But the new one's affiliation site, right?
It is, yes.
And the other one was what kind of site?
The Folkestone one, affiliation and motive. So yeah, your walk is applicable to both of them.
Okay. Alrighty. No bluffs on that other one.
Oh, then that means I'm gonna have to go to it, or it's discarded. Okay. I was hoping you'd put a bluff on it, and I could just
I'll
walk
just
away
funnel
from.
you where I want you to go.
Okay. Yeah, my plan was for you to put a bluff on there, and I just sit out this turn.
You could split them up.
Oh, not with 2 bluffs on that other site.
That's true.
Well, let's. Oh, I feel like I'm going to regret this. Let's send them all to New York City, New York, and we'll apply our behavioral skills to it. For which, yeah, I've got quite a few. Scully's got 1 behavioral. Patterson's got 3. Nemhauser's got 2 because he's on the same team with Patterson. 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 has 3. Manners has 1, courtesy of Dr. Diamond. What do you got?
So New York is the new one. So
Yep.
that's
Affiliation
the affiliate
and result.
site. Affiliation and result. But 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 does what again?
He does negate 1 primordial or evolutionary adversary.
So he can just get rid of the walk.
Could.
Yeah. I'll let you go for it.
No kidding. Oh, you're not gonna just like play the walk so I get rid of 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬?
No, because 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬, he's fine. I'll wait till you split the party.
Okay, cool. That means Scully gets to keep her dog a little bit longer. All right. In that case, whew, we scraped by on that. Result again or affiliation? I really am thinking. Well, no. See, you have the walk, and you had the Sandman, so evolutionary, and then you had Patnick. So you didn't go strictly one type of adversary on this. Because I was really convinced you had government X-File, but now I'm kind of thinking you don't.
I might.
You could also have an evolutionary one.
I might.
So I think I'm not going to ask government or evolutionary, even though I feel like it's probably going to be one of those.
Could be alien.
How about I ask if your X-Files affiliation is a cult?
Is that your question?
Yes.
It is not a cult.
All right, so I've got 4 more scratched off from there. 13, you're still at this point in the lead with 9 possibilities remaining. We discard New York. Folkestone still sits aside with 2 bluffs on it. And we head into debriefing. Yeah, got 6 cards, so what do you got?
I've got 5. I'm all good. I'll discard Aleister Crowley.
Okay. And it's back to you.
Yep. Alrighty. I shall draw my free card. There we go. Generate resources of a whopping 2. And I get my last 2 from friend in the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And I will not buy any cards, so it's up to you.
Sounds good. I'm going to take 2 more from Rejuvenating Caves. Takes my pool up to 12. I'm going to sell Successful Diagnosis for 2 and Dr. Sheila Braun for 2. And that's going to take it up to 18. And let's load up the deck. Let's get 5, leaving me with 13. Right. Load them up. Nice. Over to you.
Okay. Let's go for healing. So they're both saved. And we'll bring them to the field. And let's try to play Dead Horse Alaska. I'll use Mobox's token for that.
Alien and evidence collection, right?
Correct. 5 for affiliation or result.
Not that it matters anymore because I already know you already know my X-Files affiliation. So them adversaries are not being held back.
Yep.
Let's
see though. What is
bluffs?
What's
bluff?
Manipulation is only 2. Oh, that seems like kind of a waste for 4, but we'll find out. So bluffs, yeah, sorry.
1 bluff.
1 bluff. And let's go ahead and we'll investigate evidence collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Versus
yeah, evidence looks like
we'll go ahead for evidence collection.
Sounds good. And you have 7, you said?
So we have 7, yep.
Okay. And that 1 bluff is car troubles, which I'll pay 2.
Okay.
And only 2 of your agents are going to that site. So whoever's got the most evidence collection is going there.
I'll pay 2 to Langley.
Langley. All right. There he was this whole time. All right, he came out at the right point.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, so everyone's still there.
Yep.
For
Everyone's
now.
still there.
And I've been really wanting to play this adversary for a long time, but I've never been able to because he has a very pesky activator of sciences. But now, because you know my X-Files affiliation is evolutionary, we don't have to worry about that. So Darren Peter Oswald is getting played. He's an evolutionary creature, and so he costs 8. And so I'm going to only have 3 left in my conspiracy pool to bring out this bad boy from the DPO episode of season 3. And Skye, I know you discarded an X earlier, but please tell me you're not sitting on another one.
Now would be a good time to have one.
Yeah, I would.
But I don't.
Awesome. This is great. I've been wanting to play Darren Peter Oswald for a long time. It's just so hard because of that activator. But yeah, the X-File powers rules over this game, and so now he's going to be he's got a whopping 8 long range, and all agents in the team attacked by this adversary must discard all attached keyword electrical cards, so you don't have any equipment attached, so you're good there. The long-range combat attack of this adversary may be split between 2 opponents.
Okay.
Anyway, shall we head into combat, sir?
Yep. Let's go ahead.
Let's do this.
2,
and
4, 6.
And let's see. So you got how much long range on your
7.
team? Ooh,
7.
And that's definitely going to be enough to take out Darren Peter Oswald because he's only got a health of 5.
Okay.
However, do you have any combat cards you'd like to play?
Not yet.
Well, I do. And I'm going to pay 2 to play semi-jacketed hollow points. And that's going to add 3, or sorry, no, it's going to add 2 to the combatant's long-range combat. So now he's going to be hitting your team with 10 long-range.
Okay.
My good friend, 10. And that is going to be enough to, let's see, Mulder's got, does he have
5.
4 health or 5 right now because of that damage token?
5.
He's got 5.
He's got
and
5.
Mobox has
4.
4. Let's split the damage between the 2 of them. And so Mulder and Box are going to get sent to the hospital, and we'll leave the ladies out on the field there.
Okay, so you're hitting Mulder with 5.
5 apiece, yeah.
But I'll play my first aid.
Ah, the first aid. I forgot about the first aid. Darn it. Well, that's going to keep Mulder there, so Box is gone. And I got nothing else, man. That is, you got it.
Okay.
Well done.
So Mobox is there. What is he for? Okay. And yep. So still there.
Awesome. Yeah, ask away.
Let's see.
What's your poison?
Result is your result death.
My X-Files result is not death.
Okay.
Yeah, Nathan is commending you on that combat card. I forgot you had that in your hand earlier, but I was so eager to play Darren Peter Oswald because again, he's such a hard adversary to play.
Yeah. Now I have you down to 4, and I could go for the guess.
It's possible. You want to do it? And now let's see. I would get a result question. And you know I've already asked a couple times already, so it's possible.
Yeah, so you'll unlock a power for me.
Yeah.
I'll take that power.
And I've got 13 left to choose from, so yeah.
What would you choose now? Because that's the only thing I know is your affiliation.
Mm-hmm. And you know it's not death.
Yeah. But you still have like 2 or 3 for each of the other categories. Ideology, survival, security, knowledge. I don't know motive at all. Is your X-File the central operating system?
Oh, well done. Well done. Yes. You win.
Whoa.
Congrats,
Whoa.
Skye.
Woo.
You have just won your first game of X-Files CCG Power Rules, my friend. On a 1 in 4 guess, too, by the way. 25% shot in the dark. You took it, and it paid off. Well done. Well done. Yeah, Nathan, I agree. That was a hell of a guess. Well done.
Thank you.
And that was a pretty good game, too, because we did get to see some X-File powers actually played out. I'm very happy with how that turned out. We got to see Darren Peter Oswald, one of the hardest adversaries to play, get played because of the X-File power rules. So that was worthwhile for me, like right there.
I'm glad.
Man, good times. Good times
Yeah,
right
no
there.
powers for me to use, but that's okay. I guess a win is a
Yeah,
win.
I was wondering if you were gonna just be like, yeah, so you just so you know, my X-Files affiliation is this, and then you could start hitting me with some adversaries. But yeah, since you had a government and evolutionary adversaries in your hand, I'm kind of at a loss. 13 remaining, so I don't know what to guess. What was your X-File?
I want to reveal it, but I don't want to re-sleeve these cards, so I might keep it a secret.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because
Would
if
you like to
decide
take a
do another
guess and I'll
power-
tell you yes or no?
Yeah,
If you
sure,
guess it correct, I'll tell you.
by any chance, was yours the central operating system?
It was not.
Okay, because that was one
It
of the
was
13.
not.
That was one of the 13 still remaining on mine. I'm just going to remove the cameras now so we don't have to worry about the uploads for as long on those ones. But yeah.
I'll go ahead and reveal it.
Okay, the hosts. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so that's the thing is like you may not want to reuse it because now that like if anyone were to watch this that and you played them next, they'll be like, well, if he's using the same deck, that means same X-File.
Yeah.
Right? If you guys were going
You're down
do
to
like power
13.
rules. So I don't know, Nathan. I know you're watching still. How do you feel more inclined to want to do X-File powers for your next matchup, or are you still like, I'll keep it classic around here?
Do you want to know those two bluffs?
I do. What were those two bluffs? I was maybe going to Scully token one, but yeah.
They were terrifying, deceiving the flock,
Another one.
and nasty surprise.
Ooh, okay. As bluffs go, that was pretty innocuous. Okay,
Yeah.
I could have actually sent them there and probably would have been fine. Did you have any? Did you have any other devastating cards in your hand that you were hoping to roll out?
Yes, so I was hoping you would actually go for the bluffs because then I had the Manitou for motive.
Okay, very nice. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Because then it's not evolutionary either, so 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 can't stop it.
Yeah, I would have been able to use manners to pull out the 𝐗-𝐅i𝐥e𝐬 for that one though. If
Right,
cool,
but
provided I had the resource points to pay for it at that point.
exactly, and with the discard for deceiving the flock and
True.
having more to pay, I had other stuff I could use too. So
yeah,
I was
yeah. Okay, so yeah, you really ran the gamut on the adversaries there, which I mean, it paid off. Your Patnick did dispatch 𝐗-𝐁 for 3 turns. Patnick is still by far the most effective adversary that you can have in a deck because he can't be negated by any of the adversary negating witnesses because he's government and phenomena, and there's no witness that can negate a government phenomena card. You can't use evasive maneuvers on him because he has the keyword phenomena on there. So yeah, so you pretty much are stuck with X or Hell Money and work a deal. Pretty much is not many other options in there. So interesting. So you did the host. So that meant you're thinking survival, evidence, and physiological imbalance. Which were any of those powers most appealing to you? That influenced your decision.
The way, in case you got like affiliation early, I actually worked backwards. So starting with results, I didn't want to choose death just because of the obvious yes or no in that combat card. I don't really care about combat cards.
Right.
But what was it? I think it was the physiological imbalance, or what
Mhm.
is the host? I put it away already.
Yeah, it's
But
physiological imbalance.
okay, yeah, I wanted that -2 because I knew you would have your witnesses. So
Exactly.
that's
Yep.
why I was
You
like,
were
no, I
thinking.
want to take those away.
You were big braining that. Very nice.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. Because yeah, any of those X-File powers that can apply to witnesses would be a great choice in a game against me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was really trying to avoid abduction because that's by far the worst X-File power to implement. You keep get your agents keep
Really?
getting abducted. That's brutal. So I was like, no
Yeah.
matter what, I was not gonna ask abduction as a result
Yeah. I
question.
mean, I almost chose that too because it's such a cool
Hmm.
power. And that's one, like, if you hadn't guessed it like the first time you got result, then I probably would have just revealed it.
Yeah. So with survival, right, as your for the host survival, you would have been able to place one damage token on any one of my agents, like what once per turn, right?
Hmm.
That's pretty brutal, and that can
Yep.
really add up in a long game. And
Yeah.
so then
So
you
for
also,
Kosif,
yeah, coast. There you go. Yeah, and for violence, you would have been able to place two tokens on your X file, discard a token to draw an eligible adversary card from your discard pile, and play it
hmm,
immediately. Which means, boy, if
for
I
two
had figured
less.
that out, you might have been able to get Patnick right back out there and hit me again.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good power to have. So yeah,
And it costs
and
two less as well from the discard.
yeah, oh yeah, two less, and
Yep.
yeah, and you're able to pick out an eligible one. So if you had multiple adversaries, you're just looking for whatever adversary has the activator that matches that site. So you're just fishing for the right one,
Exactly.
and yeah, and the cost, it doesn't really hit you as hard as it normally does with some of these adversaries. And for Patnick, considering he only costs 4 points, 4 conspiracy points, and minus
Yeah.
two, that would have been a very, very cheap and effective way to just dispatch my whole team. But
Hmm.
seriously, no, I requisitioned that knife to Kosef, and that really just made all the difference in that round against Patnick, because I would have lost two agents in that if she didn't have that knife in her hand.
Hmm. Yeah.
So interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my team felt a little light on it. I threw a few equipment cards in there, but yeah, my team felt a little light in places. So I was like, subterfuge was not great. So threw
Hmm.
a 2 Lux video camera in there. I threw a gas chromatograph for sciences to kind of cover the bases, and of course, yeah, Queequeg.
Yeah.
Queequeg is probably a great inclusion in an X-File power rules, especially because if your opponent's thinking, I'm going to get to play some adversaries without
Yeah.
activators. So Queequeg would be like a good
Exactly.
line of defense. Keep these tips and
Hmm.
make sure you're taking notes if you're thinking about throwing down in this. But yeah, so X-File power rules, good game, good start to 2026. Let's hope to see I want to see some more X-File power rules played out. So I know our community in our Discord, if you guys are watching, and I hope you are, I'm hoping you're thinking maybe this is worth a go. I know it really does
Hmm.
kind of like reconfigure your deck construction a little bit, obviously, because you pick your X file first. But it
Hmm.
also, that's not so bad, because you pick your X file and you build around that, and you're not daunted by the fact that you have to look at all the cards in the game. You're just looking at a smaller subset of cards at that point. You're like, okay, my X file, I chose an X file that has an evolutionary affiliation. Just look at the evolutionary adversaries. That's it. You don't have to look at all the adversaries. Just look at the evolutionary ones. Pull them. Throw some combat
Well,
cards
yes.
too.
So doing that by like choosing your adversaries first, if it was like that, is I think important. But then the next step would be to not telegraph only evolutionary, is like
Oh yeah, yeah.
getting my next step when I was deck building, because I did have to reconfigure my brain a bit, but then it was choosing agents with skills, like, so paying cards for free
Hmm.
basically, and then it was going to which adversaries like could um suit like the next section. So like you thought it was government, but that was probably the only government adversary that I had. So without
That
even
threw me
knowing
off.
evolutionary there, I stacked the other evolutionaries in there with a couple of other things too.
Mhm.
But yeah, start with evolutionary and then throw in a couple just to throw off your opponent.
Mhm. And as I said, you can build around your whole conspiracy deck. You can build around that, depending on, like, you can throw in like search cards, like taking chances to fish out adversaries. So you can go and get
Mhm.
an adversary that you like in there. And if you're going for the X file power with regards to combat, like death, throw some
Mhm.
combat cards in that deck too, so that way you can also match those combat cards, like evolutionary adversaries, evolutionary combat cards. Throw those in there, and then if you want to be like, oh hey, by the way, my X-Files results death, haha, now I get to play a combat card. For what is
Mhm.
it, free at that point, right?
For combat, I think yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. You may play one combat card on an adversary you control
For
for free.
free.
So there you
Mm.
go. Pick your X file, then whatever the affiliation is for that X file, make your adversaries be just that affiliation. Throw some combat cards that go with that adversary. Like in this case, for evolutionary, you have illusionary foe, you have sneak attack, you have flaming wall. All those are pertinent to evolutionary adversaries. So if you have one of those come up in your deck, in your hand, and then you have one of the evolutionary adversaries you threw in there, boom. That adversary is disregarding activator requirements, and you're playing combat card on that for free. All you
Mhm.
all you got to do is be like, reveal one of your characteristics at that point if you feel like I'm doing pretty well in the game. So maybe now's a good time to do that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it really does change how you think about some of the tactics. So it's fun. I've always had fun with it. I feel like I usually lose power games anyway. I know games bested me, and I think most of the power rules games we played. So it's still a lot of fun though,
Yeah.
to play. So I really recommend it to anyone in our community who's watching. Well, Skye, so I think we'll about wrap it up, but let's see. Do we have anything we need to plug? I know you're kind of like your solo act now in your band. Is that right?
Yeah, kind of. I'll be jamming with a new person though in the coming weeks, for some acoustic stuff. So I've been practicing more finger style, um, guitar.
Hmm.
So that's pretty breaking my brain as well. So I'm playing the bass with the thumb and then finger picking the melody with the other two.
Mm. Do you have
So
any
we'll
gigs
be
lined
jamming
up
on
that
some of
are
those old time stuff. No gigs or anything.
all right? Well,
So
keep us posted on that. And of course, if you post any more of your band's videos, or well, you and your if you post any videos on YouTube again, just let us know and we can plug those. Be fun to watch.
totally.
Um, so let's see. Like and subscribe if you're a new viewer, and I hope you are. And check out some of the videos on my channel. I've got, in addition to these really fun gameplay videos, we've got some sample deck music video style, just some 3 or 4 minute videos that give you an idea of like a deck you can build. Um, and I've also got some tips of the trade videos, so you give some tips on deck building, tips on buyer's guide if you're looking to purchase some X-File CCG cards in 2025, or well, now 2026. Got some tips for you on that, and of course got some other videos out there you can check out. So yeah, got some shorts that I'm putting out routinely, and that get really nitty gritty with some of the different permutations of X-Files CCG's very short-lived history. There's in some cases there's a lot of different iterations of some of these cards as they went from the early stages, play testing, to first and second edition cards and Gen Con cards and stuff like that. It's really kind of fun. Yeah, a lot of content out there, and a new year, so a lot more content to come. So this is just day one of 2026, and I'm gonna get a new X-Files CCG Evolution short up, maybe tonight, if not tomorrow. It's possible I might be able to get it up tonight. My daughter and I just recorded it, maybe like 30 minutes before we went live, Skye. So it's a busy day, but it's day 1 for 2026. My resolution is to get a lot more content out to you guys. All right, so I think that about wraps it up. So stay tuned for more exciting content here on the channel. And Skye, thank you for a great game, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
All right, and have a good night, and we'll see you on the next exciting edition of Alien Investigations. And we're out. So